Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Jose's Totally Rad Life. Today, as promised, we are finally going to start the countdown for some of the 100 best-selling albums of the 80s. But before we get started with that, I wanted to read something to you guys. So, this is the book where it all started, right? All started for me. The 100 best-selling albums of the 1980s. I got this off of Amazon, by the way. So you're going to be seeing many of the albums that are in this book as we count them down in a way that's reminiscent, I guess, of Casey Kasem, or at least tries to pay homage to. So, yeah. All right, here we go. Before we get started here, I wanted to read something to you guys. If you guys aren't interested in reading it or listening to me read it, that's fine. Goodbye to vinyl. Another startling new innovation was the compact disc. Introduced in 1982, CDs promised listeners clearer, distortion-free sound, although CDs would not dominate the album market until the late 1990s. By 1989, around 28% of households in the U.S. had a CD player, and around 288 million compact discs were sold each year. But the CD wasn't the greatest rival to the LP during the 1980s. No. For much of the decade, it was the tape cassette that threatened to kill off vinyl completely. The cassette offered music buyers unrivaled convenience, and the introduction of the Sony Walkman in 1979 meant people could listen to their favorite music on the move. These advantages made tapes the format of choice for many listeners during the 1980s. And by 1983, cassette albums outsold vinyl LPs in the record stores. Although cassettes were smaller and more convenient, their sound was inferior, and many record buyers regretted the passing of the vinyl record's heyday. They missed the anticipation of opening a gatefold 12-inch album sleeve, the pleasure of enjoying the large sleeve artwork, and hearing the scratching, crackling noise of a needle lowered onto vinyl. In the 21st century, cassettes are no longer on sale in mainstream stores, and vinyl has seen a resurgence. So with that, we are going to get into the 100 best-selling albums of the 1980s.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Alright, to set the scene here, we're going to go back in time to the year 1985. A nostalgic look back in time. 1985. This says the richness of life lies in the memories we have forgotten. Here's a look at the timeline. January. Cable channel VH1 makes its broadcast debut. February, New York. New York becomes the official anthem of New York City. March, Spin Magazine begins publishing. April, Billy Martin is named Yankees manager for the 4th time. May, Michael Jordan is named NBA Rookie of the Year. By June, Coca-Cola announces plans to bring back their 99-year-old formula. This is after they had experimented with new Coke and it backfired. In the last USFL game, the Baltimore Stars defeat the Oakland Invaders 28-24. By August, Michael Jackson buys ATV Music and every Beatles song for $47 million. By September, in baseball, Pete Rose of the Cincinnati Reds breaks Ty Cobb's career hits records. October, on Monday Night Football, the New York Jets retire Joe Namath's jersey number 12. By November, President Reagan and the Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev meet for the first time. And by December, Howard Cosell retires from television sports after 20 years with ABC. Here's some world news. Mikhail Gorbachev becomes the General Secretary of the Soviet Communist Party. You got Crystal Light, John Deere tractor, and popular television shows: Cheers, Miami Vice, and Who's the Boss. So I didn't want to do this unless I could do it accurately and properly. So we're going to go into my room here. I have it set up like how I interpret a room to look in 1985. We got the Nintendo Entertainment System right here from 1985. We got Masters of the Universe, of course. We've got Star Wars and G.I. Joe. We got Megatron. We got my E.T. souvenir glass, my Return of the Jedi souvenir glass, and my Goonies souvenir glass. Like I said, I didn't want to do this video unless I could portray each time period accurately while talking about our albums. Here we have Teddy Ruxpin. How many of you guys remember Teddy? Here we got my alarm clock. As of right now, it is 10:44. Check that out. You got the wood grain up top, and you got all these buttons. Then here we got my rotary phone. We got some of Dad's old toys. We got these books right here, the new books of knowledge, starting with the 20th century, 1981, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89. Here's my Casio calculator watch. Should probably put that on my wrist. Here is my briefcase. And I've been teasing it long enough. Today's album that we're going to be talking about is Miami Vice. Let me get set up here for my next shot, and I'll get right back with you guys. So here in our book, we have at number 99 out of 100, Miami Vice. There's a look at the album sales. This was released in June of 1985. Czechoslovakian-born jazz fusion keyboard player Jan Hammer was the man who provided the musical complement to the high-gloss slickness of the hit TV cop series Miami Vice. Probably one of the reasons the soundtrack fared so well is that the plot lines famously featured musical vignettes, almost music videos, as police officers Crockett, Don Johnson, and Tubbs, Philip Michael Thomas, went about their crime-busting business. Hamar's original theme to the show earned him a #1 single, a fairly rare event. Here we can see #1 singles, Miami Vice theme, Grammy Awards Best Pop Instrumental Performance, Orchestra Group or Soloist, Best Instrumental Composition, labels US and UK, MCA, recorded in various locations, personal, Jan Hammer, Glenn Frey, Shaka Khan, Phil Collins, Tina Turner, Grandmaster Mel, and various other personnel. Producers Phil Collins, Jan Hammer, Joe Mardine, and Leonard Robinson. All the other pieces were featured in different episodes. Eagles founder Glenn Frey contributed 2 cuts, You Belong to the City and Smuggler's Blues. The latter from his 1984 all-nighter album inspired one of the episodes. Frey himself made a guest appearance in the show, a move that would lead to further acting roles for the singer, including appearances in the Wise Guy TV series, and sales of the album were supported by the inclusion of 2 previous U.S. hit singles, Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight and Tina Turner's Better Be Good to Me. So, right here I have my Sony Walkman, and here is the cassette itself. Here is my vintage Rolling Stone magazine inside Miami Vice. There you can see Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas. Here's a look at what people would have been reading back in 1985. Check that out. Wham! Oh my gosh, look, swatches. Inside the USA for Africa session. Brian Adams. Hey guys, look, it's a vintage advertisement for Converse high tops. Panasonic. Spring break in 1985. Hot places to go. There's Molly Ringwald. Hot off of the success of The Breakfast Club. Here you can see this cassette player encompasses all of these things that you see here below. So it comes with an integrated cassette deck, graphic equalizer, AM FM tuner, amplifier, and speaker system. This is the height of 1980s technology as far as 1985 goes. Inside Miami Vice. Sex and drugs and rock and roll. Ambush Prime TV. Here, as we continue flipping through this, I'm gonna put on the actual tape in the background, and then we will continue looking through this magazine. Oh gosh. Really? Not now. This is what happens with some old cassettes. And then it'll do that. Well, I wish I could say that this copy still played, but it's having some issues right now, and I'm not going to force that. It's pretty old. All of these are very old, so sorry guys. Anyways, that's a beginning look at some of my best-selling cassette albums. If you guys liked what you saw in today's video, please like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'm kind of embarrassed. I had all of this planned. I was going to show you guys what that is like playing, but it doesn't want to play.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.